Hey there, it's Beth, and I want to talk about my latest acquisition. It's a tarot deck. It's beautiful. I was looking on Etsy at the Wild Unknown, and when I stumbled across the Animalis Fortuna. Here's the box it came in. And normally I go for things with a lot of color, and this is a black and white deck. And the name of it means the animal bone fortune in Latin. And it's black and white. Let me see if I can find a good example here. There's one human figure, and that's the devil in it, and that's, I think, the only human figure. It's otherwise all animals, really well thought out. And what I liked about it is that she uses bones a lot of times to portray things. Like the high priestess is a swan, and you have a swan, and then its shadow is the bones of the swan. And just really well done. Very pretty. Here's the sun. It's an otter, which makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of join movement in that card. And she definitely really thought out. It's the chariot. It's a tiger. How she was going to use things in this deck. And I really just fell in love with it. And instead of getting the Wild Unknown, I got this deck. And just really like it. There's a little bit of learning curve because you don't have your traditional, there's the lovers, your traditional kind of Rider-Waite Smith iconography to read on. So you do need to kind of do a little more extra work before you go into it and start reading for people. There is a little bit of a learning curve just because you need to figure out some of that iconic, how she used her animals and stuff like that. Here's the Fool. It's a raccoon. I think great idea for a fool. If you have any experience with raccoons, they're very much that kind of leap off the cliff kind of character. They're very inquisitive. They're curious. They want to learn these things. They're going to get in your garbage. They're going to climb your bird feeder. They're very, very much the embodiment of the Fool, which I thought just was a great beginning to the deck. And here's the High Priestess. You have a swan, and if you look down at the reflection, the reflection is bones. I just thought that this is probably one of my favorite High Priestess cards. I found that very clever how she did that. And here's Four Swords. It's a rooster. And I think taking the majority of the humans out, with the exception of the devil, and here's the devil card, it's the only human in the deck, excuse me, it brings a different nuance to how you see and read things. Yeah, and I think she did a real nice job at correlating them. You can tell she took her time and she studied and she looked at things. This Knight of Swords is the magpie, and the Knight of Swords can be kind of capricious and cranky, and magpies, while they're very cool, they can be very bold, brave, a little violent. They like to harass the calves. You watch them, the mother cows. I live out in the middle of nowhere in Montana, so I'm surrounded by ranchers. And they will kind of harass the baby calves in the spring. And mama cows do not like the magpies. So it was, really wonderful, I think, idea to use that one for that. And just, let's see here, find non-bird. Eight of Pentacles, beaver. And wands are a lot of kind of salamanders and kind of those kind of creatures, salamanders, chameleons. 10 of Pentacles, you have a stag, which very solid character. Let's see here. But just gorgeous cards, gorgeous artwork. I'm just going to randomly got a scarab for the 9 of Pentacles. Scarabs in Egyptian mythology represent rebirth and wealth, security, protection. The Empress is a lion skull. And I'm still kind of getting some of my animals down. I think, oh shit, I don't remember that one. I'm skipping that one. I like the tower as the anthill. Very, very apropos. If you've ever seen ants start swarming out, we had an ant war one summer on one of our lawns, and just thousands, I don't know how many ants were there, just streaming like crazy across, back and forth, and they were raiding another anthill. Very, very apropos for the tower ants are. I like the 7 of Cups, and it has a starfish, and it's trying to clutch all these cups, and it can't get any of them. Very apropos. Beautiful, beautiful deck. If you're looking for an animal-based tarot deck, I highly recommend the Animal Bone Fortune, Animalis Fortuna. Beautiful deck, well thought out. Just beginning to use it. So once I get a little bit more, I guess I can do another video on how my readings are turning out. My initial readings so far have been very good with it. It always feels like it takes a little while with the new deck to want to tune yourself to it and to kind of bond with it. You have to create this bond, and that takes a little while to do, but I highly recommend it. If you're looking for an animal-based deck, go for it. It's on Etsy. Oh, what, Zararo, I think is the name. But if you just search on it, you'll find it. And came beautifully packaged, nice box, and she had it wrapped in a little paper thing. It's very handwritten note on it. And I don't know if she does this for everyone. I got a complimentary book with it. Very handy. I wasn't expecting the little pamphlet to come with it. Great experience from her Etsy shop. Beautiful deck. Well thought out, well made. It's a nice cardstock. It's not, they don't feel chintzy at all. They feel like a nice regular tarot card. Highly recommend. I cannot tell you how much I recommend it. I'm very pleased. There's the back. I don't think I've shown you the back of them. Just really super pleased with this. And I think once I get used to the deck and more in tune with it, it's going to bring, for certain people, it's just going to bring certain spreads and people an even better reading. Go out and buy one. So, you know, I think some of the independent cards are some of the best out there at the moment. I was looking at these goddess cards, and it was Doreen Virtue. I can't remember her name. I get her confused with another writer. And she had like 5 bajillion cards, and it kind of actually turned me off from the set I was looking at. It's like, you have cards for everything. How can you be an expert on everything? And that kind of just didn't work for me. But like with the indie cards, you're getting something very special. You're getting something that someone created from their soul to share with other people, like-minded people who are interested in finding unique ways to convey meaning through tarot. And I think that right now is where the independents really shine as compared to people who are putting out a commercial deck. Not that commercial decks are bad. I have a lot of commercial decks, and yes, I have the Sacred Rose Tarot, I have the Mythic Tarot, Morgan Greer, the Thoth, Duck, the Renaissance Tarot. And they're all commercial, and I love them dearly. But there's so many more options out there. So take, I think my main meaning here is take advantage of the options out there, and don't just go, ooh, I found it on Amazon. Take a minute and go look somewhere else, because you might find something a million times cooler. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate everyone who is watching. And you can find me online at My Queen of Wands. I have a website called that. I'm also on Etsy under the same name, and on Facebook currently. Twitter feeds under KK's, which is my kind of just personal Twitter account. I haven't got around to trying to make my life more complicated creating another Twitter handle. But definitely go look through my site. It's brand new, pretty much, so there's not quite as much on as I'd love to, but Etsy is definitely, each week I'm adding more items. There's several tarot readings, and everything's at a starting out price right now of pretty much you can get a 1,000-word reading for $20, which is a really good deal. And I put my heart and soul into them, and I give you the best reading that I can possibly give you. And if I feel that you're not right, I'm going to let you know if I'm the wrong reader for you. And to,